So I will start things off here with the first machine ever to be published to Hack the Box, which is going to be lame. It's really an easy machine, as they say. It's going to be one of the easiest probably, as you just run an mmap scan. You get some versions of Samba and FTPD, and you just use Metasploit and you get full root access, so it's quite easy. So if we're just going to get into it, we can see this is the nmap scan results that we get. So there's going to be the FSFTPD of 2.3.4. And what we can do is if we go to our seconds tab, we can actually run MSF console here. And what we can try to do, I'm also going to create a new one already, also MSF console, because we're going to require two actually. Let's see which one finishes first. So basically we can do a search exploit on FSFTPD, and we don't even need to do a version, we can just do SFFTPD. SFTPD. There we go. And you can already see 2.3.4. So this is basically going to be the only one that's there. So this is most likely going to be an exploit. Then we can also search for Samba. So that's going to be, we can do Samba, of course, but it's going to be a lot. So what's easier to do if you do, for example, a version. I believe we were, what was it, 3? So we can see it here. It's version 3.0.20. So if we just specify 3.0, you should already see some more things. And now, because there's going to still be quite some number here, we can just do 0. And we can see we end up with the same results. So first of all, we want to use, actually we want to try this exploit first. Why? Well, this one is not going to work, but I'm still going to show you how you sort of can make it work in the future. So we're going to use it and we're going to show the options. And the only thing we can really set is going to be the rhost. So we're going to set the rhost to 10.10.10.3. Why 10.10.3? Because this machine is going to be 10.10.10.3. So that's basically why we set it. So if we run this and we just wait, we can see it does sort of try to do something like this, but it's not going to work. Why it works? I think there's going to be a firewall, which is blocking our request through that one. But it is starting the service. So what you can do if you end up on the machine as that user, you can run it, which starts the service, and then you can connect back to it. But I'll just get into it into a second. But you can see right now we really can't do anything, it just errors out. So what we will do first is run into the Samba exploit first. So we're going to use 0 and then also show the options. And again, the only thing we can set here is the rhost. And in this case, it's going to be the R port of 139. If we see Samba is running in both 139 and 445. I believe these are standard ports and 445 is more secure, but I could be wrong. But I think that's one of the options. But I don't think it matters which one you choose. So first of all, I want to change my host because that's of course who I'm going to be. So that's going to be 10.10.14.29, which you can see in the top right. Then we're going to set the rhost, which is going to be 10.10.10.3 again. And if we just use run on this one, we should get an immediate command. So it's just going to take about like 6 seconds. So it's going to be 1, 2, and now actually a shell's open. So you can just do anything you want. We want to run bash. That doesn't work. No, let's just do, what's the simplest way to do this? Python with a command of import pty and then pty.spawn /bin/bash probably. I have to be careful because if you make one mistake, you can't erase it. For example, if I were to do ID now, you can see the command. But if I do ID in a backspace, you can see you get this H character, which it still does the action of deleting it. So I can still do a D here, which just appends these beginning and end together. So it still works, but it doesn't look as good. What you can use if you run into something like this, because it's like an old shell and I'm not really sure how to fix it. If I do something like this and I want to delete it, you can also do Control Delete. Basically, that just deletes like some of these weird characters that you have. Why? I'm not sure, but that's just the way it works. So we're immediately over root, so we can just cat the root file. So it's going to be cat root.root.txt, and we can also cat /home/mackeys/user.txt. And these are going to be the flags. And it's interesting why the first one didn't work, because if we look at netstat, and then we have to do an LTP, I believe, we can see all the kinds of ports running. So like you want to look for specific ports which are quite interesting. So I think something like database, which is always on 3306. And then also it's going to be a website, which might be interesting. In this case, we already got root, so we're not really interested in it anymore, but maybe there's going to be some extra stuff that might be interesting. And then we see 6200. Normally you shouldn't see this one, because if we just go to 2, this basically started that process, so you weren't supposed to see it essentially. But basically this one was started. What we can do is if we connect to this sort of, yeah, how do you say it? The process as like on the user, you can actually escalate your privileges. So we're going to use sudo to makeys, and then the command is going to be bash. So now we're going to be makeys, and we don't have all the rights we used to have. Like I can't do sudo, I mean I can try. So sudo, for example, to super user, we can't because I actually don't know this password. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do that. But basically what we can do is if we connect to 127.0.0, sorry, that's going to be the wrong one. 127.0.0.1 on port 6200, we can see you do end up getting root because this process is being started as root. So essentially the exploit did work, essentially, like this one. Show options. So this one did work, but it just couldn't connect back to us, and that's what it said, right? So it did work. User, please specify the password. So for some reason, it didn't work. I couldn't find why, because I don't really see anything inside of, for example, etc/host.allow or cat etc host.deny. Like I don't see anything here or in the IP tables. Oh wait, there is. Is there? Ooh, wait. I thought that there wasn't. Wait, there is. IP tables list. IP tables help. I'm not really sure what the commands are for IP tables actually. Let me list it. I don't want to search through all this. IP tables help grep list. Must be something. List. It's just gonna be. I did list that, right? Wait. IP tables list. Wait. Oh, like, actually, it might be something. So it's gonna be big. So okay. Wait. Actually, it might be something here. IP tables list grep, and it's gonna be deny. It's not gonna be anything. Okay. Let's just look through the results here. So if we just. Oh, this is the only thing. Okay. So where do we start? Is IP here? Here is where we started. Deny. So all to this one. Might be something. That's the only deny rule I see. Or was it? It's not even a deny rule. Wait, am I schizophrenic? It's accepting everything. Okay, I don't know what it is, but for some reason it's blocking it. But basically this is just going to be the first machine ever, and it's really quite easy. So yeah, this is going to be it.